Do you, when you shoot photography, is there any special things that separate you from other photographers that you can see yet at this, point in your career?
It's a great question. Okay, so every single photographer has their own unique eye and their own vision, and no other photographer in the world will be able to replicate that. It's because no one can see through your lens. No
Okay.
pun intended. No one can, no one can. So, what makes me unique in the realm of photography and photographers is this cheers is it's so comfortable. I'm like dancing with it. My ADHD is loving this chair. I can go back.
Do,
I could go like
do,
all the way back. Yeah.
Zusha, do you have HD and ADHD?
So attention. Okay. Attention deficit
You have,
disorder. Attention
but you have
hyper.
you have HD, like high definition ADHD. That's your photographer.
Nice pun there. Nice pun there.
Welcome to Tuesday's Tips. As busy real estate agents out in the field, we're always looking to help our community grow. Tuesday's Tips is about allowing our community to share about their businesses and promotions and providing you, the consumer, a place to find out more about what makes this community great. All right. Welcome, everyone, to today's episode of Tuesday's Tips. I'm Dave Markowitz, part of the Dave and Etta Real Estate team. And I am proud to have Zusha Goldin with us today. Hi, Zusha. How are you?
Hi, everybody. I'm great today. As you can see, I'm working from home. So, as are we all.
We all are. And so that was my next thing. As you can see behind me, I'm actually not sitting on the 30th floor of any building. I'm actually working from home, and I have a green screen. And what is the reason I have the green screen for is because my wife works behind me, and she didn't want us to see her desk. So I'm a problem solver, and I did a green screen, and I put an image behind. So now I'm like sitting on the 30th floor. So how do you like it?
It's amazing. That's very interesting. Wow. Innovative. Good for you.
Okay, I'll teach you how to do it afterwards.
Chroma key and all that?
Yes. Actually, I'm not doing chroma key. It's actually just a regular green screen. My daughter had one. I hooked up some tripods. You don't even see the stands behind me, but hey, it does the job. So anyways, I want to delve in because first of all, you're really young and you're an entrepreneur and you have been basically on fire recently. And so let's start by, you just recently moved to California from New York. Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah, I was born and raised in Brooklyn, and the youngest of 10.
Wow.
And yeah, thank you. And I decided that in LA there's a lot more opportunity for the field that I'm trying to get into, and I love New York, but I also love LA. You can't beat the weather, right?
Correct.
But yeah, so I moved out here March 1st, and what's today's date? March 23rd. And yeah, it was going really nicely, but this COVID-19 business kind of put a damper on stuff. But
correct.
We'll get back up after.
As of all, so we're all dealing with the same thing. So you were doing photography in New York for a few years. Am I correct on that?
Yes. I started around 3 years ago. Actually, it's going to be April, so it's going to be 3 years around. Yeah. And I kind of dropped out of high school. I took some of my regents and I passed them, but I just said, I'm not interested. It's not for me. I'm going to do photography. So I purchased the camera.
We'll get into that because I want to speak about, as I've told, some of my kids as well, college is great, but college is not always for everybody. And if you have a passion for something and you're an entrepreneur, go for it. And
yeah, for
you're
sure.
going for it. That's awesome.
100%. Thank you. Yes.
So you're telling me, so you were coming from New York, you did photography for 3 years out there. Now you're here. How did you get started? How did you get started in New York to do photography?
So let me take you back to the winter of 2006. I was 7 years old. It was my brother's wedding in Montreal, Canada. And the entire wedding, I had this really crappy little point and shoot camera. And throughout the entire wedding, I was just taking photos of the bride, the groom, the guests, everyone, right? And come the end of the wedding, and I take a look at my media, at my portraits that I took, and I realized I forgot to insert my SD card. So I've always loved it, and I guess around 3 years ago, I decided, you know what, let's give it a shot. Like, I didn't know what was ahead, you know, but I purchased the camera, and then I built up a portfolio. I called up all my friends and family, and I built a portfolio with them, and I asked them to be my models, essentially. And then from there, I built up a portfolio.
Let me ask you a question regarding that.
That,
You do
hmm
something that Gary Vaynerchuk speaks about quite a bit, and it's like, if you want to enter a field, do stuff for free for some people. Some people don't believe in it. I believe in it because you want to show your value. So that's what you did to get
hmm
off the ground, and especially in New York, where it's such a
You
competitive
have
area.
to.
So that's what you did. So do you think that really
Uh-huh.
got you going, working, doing stuff for
100%. You
free?
have to. 1,000%. You can't. You can say, you know, oh, I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest, you know, yogurt eater in the world. But if you don't have any stats to back it up, it's all for naught, right? So
Correct.
you have to start off building a portfolio. You have to start off doing pro bono work, because otherwise, you know, you have to have a portfolio. So definitely, yes.
So you started that way, and you specialize more in headshots, or give me some of that background.
So I've done a lot of events, and they are fun. I mean, any photography is fun, but I specialize in headshots and portraits, mainly people. I just think people are so, uh, the human brains are so complex, and it's just really cool to take multidimensional beings, and create really cool artwork with them. So I
Okay.
love portraits. I love people.
Do you do
Yeah.
video? Do you shoot video as well, or?
Well, I just started vlogging on YouTube, so I kind of edit my own videos and stuff. So not really. I mean, I'll delve into cinematography further down the line, but for now it's photography, and I'm really blessed to do what I love and love what I do. Honestly, yeah.
I saw your blog. It's actually pretty cool, and I saw you started making hand sanitizer. Tell me about that.
Well, apparently Tito's. How do you pronounce the alcohol
Tito's.
brand? The
Tito's
name?
is really popular in
Tito's. So
California.
they. Oh yeah, yeah. So they said that it's not enough alcohol in our alcohol for the hand sanitizer. You have to use rubbing alcohol. I didn't know that, but I still made it, and it was a fun experience. You know, I was an activity with my niece and nephews. You know, on the home from school to just, you know, clean the house for fun with it. I mean, we do have more hand sanitizer and stuff, but it was just for the vlog, just to have fun, honestly.
You
So
know
yeah,
now. You know now that you're in California, you need to get a car, right?
yes. So I actually got my permit back in New York, but I was gonna go take my driver's license out here, my driver's test, but then you have to retake the permit test. The problem is, because California's enacted a new law, you have to, um, the next available appointment is June 11th. So I was either just gonna do a walk-in or fly back to New York and get my driver's license there and then come back here. But this COVID business really just, so now we're all just sitting here, you know, we're like, I mean, I
And,
am not all,
and
but
you know how I knew that? By watching your blog, and you were on the trains. And
yes.
in New York, it's quite normal to do, subway, train. Here, it's still a kind of a
Uh-huh.
new thing. So I was like, oh, this kid needs to get a car. Let
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I need to get my license, my driver's test. Yeah.
me
But
ask you, since you're now living here, and now you're kind of starting again, or rebooting your business, so to speak. Now I know
mhm.
the coronavirus has kind of put a damper, which it has with everybody.
Yeah.
How are you thinking in terms of rebooting now that you're in California? And I see you are getting some really interesting people that you're taking shots of, and I'll get into that later because there is a surprise I want to tell you about, because I know you recently shot somebody that's really cool. But tell me how you're rebooting your business right now, as relocating.
Uh-huh. I see. Okay, so I over the past few years, I built up in New York City a brand there, right? And then if you're relocating anywhere else, you're gonna have to basically start anew, because majority of my audience was in New York City. So I guess it's just doing the same techniques, same strategies, same marketing slash sales tools and whatnot to build up here in Southern California, and then of course networking and pretty much just as you said, rebooting and rebuilding up a new start here in Orange County in LA.
Where do you normally get your mindset, entrepreneur mindset? Because as a young, I look as me as an older person, you know, we gain our experience as we get older. You're very young. Where are you getting that mindset from?
Great question. Well, firstly, I don't know how old you are. You don't look very old. You look maybe like 29 or 30.
I'm 50 years old. I have 4 kids. I have children that are older than you, Zush.
Wait. I'm gonna make. Can I zoom in here? Wait,
I get a free
really?
headshot, right?
Wow. Okay, well, you're doing something right. I thought you were like 30. I'm not even kidding.
I'm gonna
Unless you.
I'm gonna be 51 years old in April.
Wow. Happy birthday. Well,
Thank you.
my birthday's also in April.
What's the date? I'm gonna laugh.
April 15.
Oh, mine is 9th, April 9th.
Nice. That's only a few days apart. So unless you're doing something with that green screen,
No,
I don't know.
I'm just starting to get gray hair. I've actually started getting a lot more since this whole virus thing started.
Yeah, you know what's funny? Is I'm losing my hair.
Oh.
And I'm only 20. Yeah.
So,
Um,
what was my question again? Oh, where do you get your confidence as such a young person building a business?
confidence or
Mindset.
mindset. Okay. So because I'm the youngest of so many siblings, I kind of lived through their experiences just a little bit. You know, does it make sense? So
Yes.
I have some more insight, I'd say, than other people my age, maybe, because I saw what my siblings were doing and kind of what not to do, if that makes any sense.
Makes
And then
absolute perfect sense.
regarding like any business sense or anything, definitely just reading Dale Carnegie, Napoleon Hill, and the best kept secret in marketing, Dan Kennedy.
I wanted
Yeah,
to
just
ask you
reading
about
different
that
books,
because
watching.
I saw your bio
Yeah,
and you were talking about Dan Kennedy. I read a lot of books
I
as well.
was.
I do Napoleon Hill. I do a lot of reading. I'm actually reading a
Uh-huh.
book recommending to you right now by Trevor Moawad, who's a
Hmm.
sports psychologist um, type of coach. But tell me about Dan
Oh,
Kennedy. I'd
cool.
like to love to know a little bit more about him.
So he is, I think he's an older gentleman, and uh, I don't know, he's like the OG guru, meaning
Okay.
like, you know, this is, I don't know if this is confirmed or accurate, but I dare say a lot of the entrepreneurs and people that you and I know about, they are students of his.
Okay.
Put it that way. If that should show you any, that would, if that can show you his prowess, his marketing prowess,
Okay.
then yeah, then
Was he a student of Dale Carnegie? Do you know?
I'm not. I think he took Napoleon Hill's works and
Okay.
expounded on that.
Okay.
Look, my memory is not the greatest, so I having little difficulty remembering.
Okay.
But his work, it just I can't highly recommend him. Couldn't recommend him more to read and
Then I'm gonna
his
find some of
materials.
his readings and delve into it
Yeah,
then,
Amazon
because
has them. Yeah, it's no BS marketing and sales. He has a ton of good books. Yeah, definitely.
so I want to get into something interesting now. As recently, all you young kids, as I say, are into TikTok. I haven't gone into TikTok yet. Okay, my kids have been pushing me to do it. I know Gary Vaynerchuk is really into getting people onto TikTok right now, as well as LinkedIn, and I'm really pushing my
Hmm.
LinkedIn brand. But I want
Hmm.
to talk to you about, you just landed a client, um, Charlie D'Amelio, who is a TikTok star. How did you get to work with Charlie? Explain.
It's a great question. Okay, so I'll answer that in two parts. Okay, one, TikTok is a great platform. It's kind of like Vine, but 60-second long videos as opposed to just 6 seconds. And people are creative. I find myself laughing at kids' content. Like, it's very comedic, very entertaining. you might end up wasting a lot of time on there because you can just, your brain likes, like when you swipe with your thumb. So you're swiping next, and it's like one more video, 5 seconds. Like you never know what could be next. It could be funny, entertaining, scary. It could, like it's great. And then yeah, I just did a shoot with Charlie D'Amelio and her family, and she's like the queen of TikTok, hands down. She just reached like 40 million followers yesterday, and she started the app a few months ago. That's incredible. So kudos to her. And I can actually delve into what I think how she did that a little bit.
Okay, I'd love to hear it.
Because with any social media, the key is consistency. She's very talented. She's been dancing since she was 3 years old. Their family is absolutely wonderful people. It's so great when you work with people who are genuine and they're just nice. It's just the entire experience it's a wholly different experience. So it was amazing. And so I have to give kudos to her and to her family because they were showing up on TikTok every single day. You hear my nephew screaming.
That's the new normal, Zusha. I have the same thing. It's all good. That's what we're at right now.
Yeah. I don't mind. Yeah, it's all cool.
I'll
invite them into the podcast if you'd like.
Hey, it's all good. That's our life.
So yeah, so it's hard work, but she did it and she built up this amazing brand. And hey, Tzvi.
Hello.
My nephew. So I
love it.
Yeah, so good for I love seeing people succeed, especially people that do deserve it because they are really, really good people. So yeah,
So how did you get to work with her? How'd that happen?
Yeah, so I've been in contact with her publicist, Barbara, for a little bit, and I moved out to LA, and then we're going back and forth, and then it just worked out. And so it was great. Yeah.
It worked out probably because you stayed on it, right? Again, this is all going back to mindset of an entrepreneur. You didn't give up. You probably had a 1 call, 2 call, 3 calls. You stayed with it and you finally pushed through. And, that is on your portfolio now. You've worked with the biggest TikTok star, so to speak. And that's something for you to gain new traction, new business. As you're branching out your name now, that's going to give you, legit street cred, as you call it, right? In the industry.
I'm not so much aware with like the terminology within the industry. So street cred, I guess I heard of it, but I guess. Yeah, it was just a really fun experience, and it was working with great people. So that's what I took away from it, honestly. But yeah, persistence is key, and yeah, you summed it up.
Do you, when you shoot photography, is there any special things that separate you from other photographers that you can see yet at this, point in your career?
It's a great question. Okay, so every single photographer has their own unique eye and their own vision, and no other photographer in the world will be able to replicate that. It's because no one can see through your lens. Okay. No pun intended. No one can, no one can. So what makes me unique in the realm of photography and photographers is this cheers is it's so comfortable, I'm like dancing with it. My ADHD is loving this chair. I could go like all the way back.
Zusha, do you have HD and ADHD?
So attention deficit.
You have HD, like high definition ADHD. It's your photographer.
Nice pun there. So I think the most here's what separates me. I don't believe doing a photo shoot, and it's not just about providing portraits. It's about the experience, right?
Okay.
So my goal with my clientele and customers is providing the best possible experience with the best possible portraits. And that's the package that I provide.
So you want them to feel really comfortable And I'm assuming
100%.
as they get comfortable, they kind of let their guard down, which allows them to be more photogenic. Is that correct?
100%. 100%.
Got it.
And most people, when they smile, it lights up the camera. Honestly, it lights up the it just changes the dynamic, and it has to be authentic smile. So I try to definitely I don't mean like saying cheese or like any of like, I mean just making the atmosphere with the shoot and whoever's working with it more lax and less like it's like a shoot, and more like we're just having a fun time hanging out, getting great shots, and it's just, it's just fun.
I
That's
think
that's
I
that's the
think that comes through your personality though as well, because I can tell even just by on camera that you make people at ease when you're speaking to them. So I guess it lets their guard down. It makes the whole photo shoot more at ease and it's easier for you to do your job at that point. I'm assuming, correct?
Yes, definitely. Because no one wants to feel like they're walking a tightrope, you know? Everyone likes to be comfortable in their own skin, and yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where can people find you at this point? Social media and all that.
Social. Okay, so it's across all platforms. It's at Zusha Goldin, so it's ZUSHAGOLDIN, and now I'm on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok. Although I must say I'm primarily active on LinkedIn, Instagram, and maybe TikTok. But and I started a YouTube channel, so definitely go subscribe on there.
Okay. And by the way, I
um,
will put all your information in this after we're done with this video. All your information will be at the bottom so people can reach out to you as well.
Thank you. Yeah,
Let's talk about LinkedIn
that's awesome.
before
My
we go
screen
here.
keeps on.
It's all right. Let's
Yeah.
talk about LinkedIn. You're getting a lot of traction on LinkedIn right now, I'm noticing. And that's, for people who don't know, that's how I met Zusha. I've been trying to build my LinkedIn brand as well, and that's how we connected. But Zusha's really taking off on LinkedIn. So is there anything specific that you're doing and it's not just about followers, it's about the quality of people that are following you. What are you doing that's setting you apart on LinkedIn at this point?
Let me take you back.
Okay.
Okay, so a few months ago, I was on a plane back from Long Beach, California, back to New York City, and I met this woman. Her name is Elise Kraft. She's a business coach, and I met her on the plane, and she told me, "You got to get on LinkedIn because you're gonna shine on there. It's just a place to be right now. It's a great platform." And I was like, LinkedIn? That's something I signed up for when I was 10 years old, and I'm still getting notifications from it. I don't want to even look at that platform. But I decided, what's the worst that can happen? So I went on LinkedIn. I started posting a few photos, a few this, and I'm like, okay, it's getting 2 views. What was Elise talking about? I don't see anything here. Somehow I kind of figured out how the platform works, and then this was in December, and then I started posting just consistently, which is every day, which is the most important key in growing social media. And then I actually have a few strategies and techniques that I use. Do you want to discuss that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so the first thing regarding your posts, relatability is key. We all striving for human connection, and everyone wants to be able to relate to when someone reads your post. They want to be able to see themselves in your post, and
Okay.
so it's essential that your post either tells a story which the brain likes, or people can relate to it. That's one. Number two, you probably would want to ask an engaging question toward the end of the post, just to get your audience to want to engage. Then once someone comments on your post, if they're taking time out of their day to not only read your post but to engage, it's absolutely vital that you show appreciation and you thank them or respond to their comments on your post, whatever they commented. That's regarding posting. Then I try to connect with 10 to 15 new target clients, or just people who I think I'd want to potentially work with one day. So I definitely send out like 10, 15 connection requests a day. I
Wow.
mean, I've really grown lax on that in the past few weeks, honestly. So maybe I have to get back on it. But that's for starting out. When you're starting out, you for sure have to do that. Then very, very important. Any connection that you get, at least when you're starting out, you have to get personable in the direct messaging. Message your connection, your new connection. Hey, so and so, great to connect. What's the most rewarding aspect of what you do in your industry?
Wow.
It's
You really go in depth there.
Yeah, because not only will you gain insight into people's industries, you'll also find out what makes them tick, talk. No, I'm kidding. You also it's an engaging question, it gets people to open up, and it formulates a connection, right? And then people, they see your post, and then they'll take the time to maybe read it because they feel like they know you. So that's also very important. Then you're gonna want to maybe use only 3 relevant hashtags, and you want to have create your own hashtag, so all your posts are in one
Really?
place.
So
Yeah.
let me stop you there. So doing 10, 15 hashtags, does that push you down the ladder and on
So
LinkedIn?
honestly, I don't even think LinkedIn hashtags do anything for you, to be
Really?
honest.
Okay.
I don't know the hashtag algorithm that much, but from my experience, I had posts that had absolutely no hashtags at all, and it went viral. And then I had posts who had most of my posts have hashtags, and then they get mediocre engagement. Like it just gets medium, you know. So I think it's also cleaner when you don't use so many hashtags. Kind of like on Instagram. Instagram wants you to put less hashtags, more relevant, and they can actually take your post and put it to the proper audience, as opposed to just writing follow for follow, like for like, um, or like even as a photographer, don't use such a big hashtag photography, which has 200 million posts, because then it won't get seen. Use a much smaller. You want to use a hashtag that has between 500,000 to 1 million posts or less.
How do you know what the data is on that? Is there a way to like search a hashtag to see what it is?
Well, on Instagram, yeah. On LinkedIn, I don't think hashtags even do that much, honestly. So
Okay.
that's like a secondary subset. And then okay, so posts and then what else? Commenting back, and then I actually wrote an article on how to 100% guaranteed be successful on LinkedIn. It's actually my first article. If you click on my profile, you can read it.
Okay.
Um,
That's great. I'm gonna have people need to go there and read it then.
yeah, a lot of people told me, you should pay, you should make people pay for that, because it's actually valuable insight. It's not just people making up stuff. But I'm like, look, 2 reasons why I'm not making people pay for that. One reason is because if you can help someone, then you must, and like, why not? Another thing is, most people that read that won't even implement my techniques and strategies. So I'm like, okay, like, it's like you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make it drink, right?
Right.
So I put out the article to help people, and whoever wants to take it seriously can do that, and then they'll see their LinkedIn skyrocket.
Well, that's
Thanks for
great.
coming to my TED Talk.
Yeah, right. Hey, one day that's if that's what something that you're inspiring to, you should keep doing it. Then, if that's if you want to be on.
Well, I think one day I want to write a book and give a TED Talk, but I don't even know. It's just for fun. Like, I don't even,
You
it's not
know,
even like a.
there's plenty of time to write a book now.
I know. Yes, there is plenty of time to write a book now. I fear I don't have much to say.
So start putting it together. Start putting, just start doing your segments, and then once you're ready, you have at least different points of your
Yeah,
life that
yeah,
you've
you're
gone
right.
through. So
I feel like I could never write a book though that's like kind of like cheesy and like not cheesy. Meaning I would be very honest in my book. I'm not sure if that would be bad or good, but
it's good because
it would be
honesty is the best approach, because people are seeing the real you and they want to know you're not BSing them at that point. So I think that's the way
like
to
I
do
would
it.
probably I would probably title the book like, why did you buy this? Or like, I don't know. Okay. Yeah, so definitely one day.
Look, it's all great stuff. So I wanted to take the time to really thank you for being on our podcast today. Normally, by the way, it's myself and my partner, Netta Dadon. She's not here. She's actually working virtually from her home. And so we all are. So we all have this different, aspect that we're all dealing with at this point. But I wanted to tell you, really, really appreciate you taking the time, giving your insight. I want people to go out and, go to Zusha's his website, which you'll see afterwards. Go to his LinkedIn, connect with him. He does phenomenal work on headshots. I've seen it. It's really, really great.
Thank you.
And, just because somebody looks young, guys, doesn't mean they don't know what they're doing. He knows what he's doing. I've seen it. Go out, support him. And Zush, we'll be in touch. And I wanted to, again, I know we're all in weird times right now, but just keep your head up. This too shall pass, as they say. And your business will be flying. And, we'll go from there. And anything I can do for you, just, reach out, let me know.
Thank you. Definitely. The darkest hour definitely does become before the dawn.
Oh, that is a great saying. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, my worry is I'm not sure how long the darkest hour is going to be, but things always get better. They do. So
you have to be the inspirational light to lighten up that darkest hour. That's what we
all have to be the inspirational light.
Exactly. Zush,
yeah.
It's been a pleasure.
Dave, likewise.
Have a great day, and we will be in touch.
Thank you for having me on here. Appreciate it.
You rock. All right, bud.
You rock. Okay, thank you.
Take care.
Okay.
Bye. Hey, guys. Thanks again for watching today's episode of Tuesday's Tips. Please reach out and follow us on all our social media.
And if you have any real estate needs, please reach out to us.
We're Dave and Netta, and we're
the Elite Team.
Take care, guys.
Bye.